Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of What Is That Growing on His Face? The show in which I review products and pretend that no one can notice the massive head growing out of my head. And today on the show we're going to be talking about something utterly fantastic. And that thing is an automatone. Now if you are unfamiliar as to what an automatone is, let me tell you, you're about to go on the wildest rabbit hole once you finish this video and discover amazing things that people do with these. If you don't know what they are, you're going to think it's really weird, and if you do know what they are, you are also going to think, yes, this is pretty weird. But essentially, an automatone is a musical instrument made in Japan. Now I'm going to unbox this one, which is the deluxe model featuring Kirby, of all things. How amazing is that? But I also do have one that I opened earlier, just so I can sort of show you. This is the normal size, not the deluxe version, but just the normal size automatone. It's a bit simpler, and I'll go through the differences between the two as well, but I'll give you just a basic idea of what these things are and what they do. It's weird, but I gotta be honest, I think I'm in love with them as well. They are hilarious. Okay, let's get this thing out of the box. Okay, first things first, at the top we have a little note piece thing, a little instruction manual we'll go through. A little, what looks like a little strap to be able to wear this thing like a guitar. That's freaking cool. And 3 AA batteries. And we shall lift out the automatone. This is amazing. Look at it! It's beautiful. Got little twist ties back here. Get out. Look how cool this is. This is freaking awesome. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. Okay. Now one weird thing is that we do have a thing on the back which says DC. It's like got a power point on the back, but it doesn't come with power, like a power cable. So I'm assuming its main use is meant to be just using the batteries, and then if you want to plug it into some sort of power output, you need to have a 5 volt and 500 milliamp power source. DC. If you can get one of those, then you can also plug it in, but it's not like you can't charge it up or anything. It's mainly going to be used off of batteries. Let's get this thing open. Little tray, batteries in here, this thing in here, screw the old screw back in, and we can use the little knob at the back to switch it and change the volume. I'll turn it right to max just so we can get the full force of this thing. We're getting some feedback off of the signal from my wireless mic. It's so ridiculous. And the idea is you don't just make horrendous screaming noises with these things, but you actually use them in a proper way. So you basically play music on them. So these were actually sent to me by a company called Hammy, I think it's pronounced H-A-M-E-E. And they sent me a little small one as well so I could sort of compare the two of them. And I opened this one earlier because I wanted to have a little go, just sort of get my head around it. And I think I've kind of done that. I can assure you I'm not any pro, but the way I sort of imagine this, getting used to playing this, is like how you would get used to playing or get used to like singing, or how you would learn how to whistle in tune, is that you just sort of practice, and then the muscle memory allows you to be able to do the same tune over and over again. This is my attempt of playing you a little song on here. Happy birthday. Here's another one. I'm going to play another one. I'm going to give it a go on this one because I haven't actually used the sort of bigger one. Here's a challenge for you. I'm going to play a song. Write in the comments below what you think I'm playing. It's so difficult. The way I'm playing it is I'm just sort of like listening out for the note and then trying to match it. on there, which is a bit of a challenge, I'll be honest with you. I imagine it's the type of thing that you sort of get a bit better as the more you do it. On both of these you have a high, a medium and a low mode, so you've got sort of a little switch in the back that you switch between. There's also volume controls, so on this one you just have a off, medium and on. Well, off, medium and high. So to give you an idea of what the difference is, obviously off is off, medium, loud. It's a little bit louder. And then this one's obviously can be a lot louder. I do find that the volume on this doesn't feel like it changes until you get quite a bit lower. But you got a much more detailed control for the volume on there, but then you got your 3 modes. So you got high, you've got medium, and you've got low. And then obviously you got the big face on it, which does like the wah-wahs. And then obviously if you sort of wiggle your hand or wiggle this whilst you're holding it, it gives it sort of a vibrato effect. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice it a little bit, see what I can muster up, try and do a sort of Otamatone performance for you. I do also am aware that there is a line out on here. You can sort of plug this into any sort of output, which is quite interesting. I like the idea of plugging it into maybe like some pedals or like GarageBand or something like that, so you can sort of play with how it sounds. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to spend some time practicing and I'll be back and you'll see my performance.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've had a little bit of time to sort of get my head around it, and I'm going to play you a song, and you can tell me if it's good or bad. Obviously, this is limited practice, bear in mind, but here we go.